Hey guys, welcome back to this next video. We're still on this 5M journey trying to get the server up and running here for Get Alive, as well as trying to go down a list and help you guys try to learn how to code. If you followed along, looked at some of this stuff, or tried to install some of it, you probably come to that realization that it's not as bad as you think it is, and most of it is in your head. That's just how it is. What we're going to do now is just continue down this list. I've just, all but the weapons packs, I'm going to try to just run through them and try to get as much of it done so we can get these done. We have a bunch of more scripts and items I want to go through next after this, and we're going to do some car stuff, but we're just trying to get through these lists. What I'm asking for you guys to do, though, if you wouldn't mind, if you would smack the like button for me, go ahead and hit the like button and comment in the video description. That does help with the algorithm and getting this pushed out to more people, and that's the end goal, is for us to just grow the channel, bring some awareness to some of these items to get them out there, as well as bring some more people into the servers themselves. And pretty soon we're going to be launching No Filter Nation, our podcast, and that should be happening in the next week as well. Still working on some final small things that need to be done, trying to test some things. At least the first upload will probably just be some short 15 to 30 minute little short videos, maybe some shorts, haven't decided on that part yet, just to be able to test everything, and then we're going to be going live after I get everybody lined up. So again, hit the like button, comment. If you guys want to join along, of course subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you'll know every time we drop a new video, or when we start going live as well, doing RP on the 5M server, as well as some other games that we're going to do some little streams here and there for. But without further, let's keep going here. The next thing we're going to work on is probably just going to be, this one is a mock pack. Basically, it is a script that allows you to have inspections on your car. Gives the cops more things to do. I'm trying to decide if we're going to install that one, but I'm going to skip that one for now, and we'll go ahead and finish these CDs up. So this one is the donator shop. I think we're going to work on that one today, just because it has a lot of parts that can be worked on. So let's get it up. We've already got we should have all of the dependencies already installed, so I'm almost positive. So let's take a look at the documentation for it. I don't know why that opened like that. Let's see what open up here. Let's see what the where's it going to open up right down here? I want to see. I'm pretty sure I've got everything. The only thing you really have to do to this one is, if you want to do, I've already got that in, there is an option to set up a Tebic store. If you want, I'll walk you through the process when we get to that point if you want to do it. It's not really hard to do. You just have to get in here and you set up a Tebic store, and then you have to go in and create your products and product lines. I don't recommend doing this, okay? For a couple of reasons. One, if you have your own scripts and your own stuff that you own that you're selling, that's different. If it's your cars, if you made the cars or something of that nature, that's different. The reason being is, selling anything direct like that can be considered against the TOS for Rockstar. So what I always tell people is, don't do the Tebic store. For one thing, they're going to charge you for stuff, and it's just more of a pain. I recommend just setting something up in your Discord so that they can purchase from you the coins, or whatever, how you guys are going to do it. If you're going to do it that way, or whatever your situation is to get the coins, then you just make it to where they can get the coins. Now there is an option to do let's see, I've never done it, but you can set it up for your Discord if you want to. But the problem with that is, yet again, you have that same problem. Too many hands in the cookie jar causes problems. So I always recommend doing it all in-house, so they purchase through you and an admin or whatever, and then an admin goes in and gives them their stuff. That way, if they want a car or something, you can help with that. Because a lot of times when people buy cars, we always use, on all of our servers, we have always upgraded it for them, like the first initial upgrade, making sure the paint's the right color, that kind of stuff. You know, throw bennies on it, as we call it. So, yeah. Other than that, it's pretty simple. If you've already done if you have CD Garage, you don't have to worry about any of the dependencies. But with this one, there is this one here, the Draw Text UI. You just have to click on GitHub and download it, and it's a drag and drop. We already have it. So, it is, let's see, where is it at? It's not in this one. Too far. Here. Here. There. We already have it, so we don't have to worry about that. The SQL you have to install, and basically you're just going in, and there's a there's a link to if you just want to do that, and do the config. So first thing we want to do is let's get that SQL out of the way. So let's open this up. Do I still have it open? I do. Okay. This one looks fine. Grab this. And okay. So down here, run the right thing, go to the SQL, paste it in, of course, and there. As long as you get green check marks, you're good on that one. So that's good there. Back. Let's get rid of that. That's probably the hardest part of this. The rest of it is more of customize. Okay, so you can do webhooks. I recommend a webhook, mainly because this is going to tell you when someone buys something and if they mess up. So if someone buys the wrong car, you know they bought it. So again, webhooks. Let me get my Discord up here, and we're going to move this over a little bit. Server, yep, okay. Make this smaller. Alright, now here's our webhooks. That's CD Garage. Now you can put them all on the same, but I don't, just because there's more than just, you know, that stuff. So this one's gonna be donator, like spell. Let's just do it all one word. Donator shop, okay? That, and then you're going to go to integrations, webhooks, and it's going to pop up your first one. So this one's going to be redeem. So we're going to type in redeem. Okay, copy, save. Just paste it in there. All right, next, add a webhook. Purchase, copy, save. Okay. Next, this one's going to be vehicle purchase, copy. We're just going to work our way all the way to the bottom here. Now, CD Codesign, they do have a pretty good system. They would pick up a lot of people trying to hack. So, you just gotta be careful about that. And then if someone does stuff that's weird, sometimes it'll do it too. Staff log, and that's a good one to have, because that way you know if somebody gives out coin. Because that way someone can't say, oh, I didn't get my coin. Yeah, you did. Then you can just copy and paste take a picture of the log. That's All we gotta do is close that, throw that down here. Okay, so there's that. Alright, now, we're gonna go here. And basically it's the same thing as always. So we're gonna make sure we've got all the right coding in here. So we're using aux SQL. Now you guys may have something different. Why is the thing not doing it? Okay. And I know I can use Control C, but every time I use Control C, I end up messing up. So I was just got in the habit of doing it this way. So we need to change these. So we need to grab the entire thing. Copy. And we're going to put, oh no, we just need this part. I'm wrong. We need this part. We're just going to swap this out. Sound good. That one, now this one. Okay. Right. There's that. That's fine. Okay. Do all this the same. Do all this the same. Let's see. These are blacklisted words. So people that want to change there is an option in here that you can let them do their own custom plate, like vehicle plates. So if there's a word you don't want someone to use, I don't want to say any of them on the YouTubes, but if there's words you don't want people to use, or someone uses one and then you have to take it, you can put it in here. So you know, that way you don't have that problem. Alright, now, here's the command, t/redeem. That just lets them pull there. This part is if you use Tebix. And this one is the one that you guys need to worry about. If you're using the staff command, which is what I recommend, is use these. So add _balance, and guys, if you start typing this stuff in the T menu, it will show up, so you'll be able to figure it out. Remove balance or add balance. That's the big thing that you want to have, which makes it easier. So that way you can skip all of this garbage, because trust me, I got into this at one point, and it became more of a job keeping it up, trying to change stuff out. It's really easy to come in here and add cars. It's a pain in the ass to go on Tebix and try to update everything, and then you get tax filings and all that crap. So unless you want to go big, just leave this part out. It's up to you. Locations, so if you don't like where it's at, you can move it. Now the MLO that it loads in is under the airport, so just keep that in mind. You can put the entrance and the exits wherever you want to be. And then this is the shop UI inside. So if you don't want it there, or you want to add more, you can. So you just have to copy and paste this. Alright, vehicles, you don't want to manually place them, trust me. I tried it once, thought it would be a good idea. If you're going to put a bunch in there, you'll have to. Just plain and simple. If you put a bunch in there, you'll have to do it. I think 10's enough at one time, and you can always change them out. So what I do is keep this code on my computer somewhere, and then I keep my car list. And then all I do is I'll switch this out, and I'll copy and paste, and then I'm done. And then the next restart, we get a new stash of cars. So you can do all of this stuff. 30-second timer, don't do that. Give them like 120 at least. Let's see. Okay, these are your cars, okay? All you got to do is decide how many coins it's going to be. So this is the spawn code. This is the name that will show up in the menu. This is the description, so you can put something funky in there if you want. I always say be a smartass, like this guy. Check that out. Yeah, Elon to the moon. So, like I said, spawn code, the name, descriptions. Keep it at 10. 10's enough. You can add more, but where they're at in there, 10 looks good. If you've got some big cars, maybe subtract 1. That way you have a little more room. It's up to you. I mean, if you got like a stretched out limousine in there, maybe subtract a couple. Just, you know, and you'll see. Because what's going to happen is when they load, one of them's going to blow up. Alright, now this is your shop. So these are things that people can buy. And this is totally programmable and changeable. So like plate change. Phone number, they changed their phone. I've always thought this one was stupid, but hey, whatever. Assault rifle, that's a good one. Money, that works if you can make it work in your system. Everybody's system's different. Gold bars. What I usually do with this one, if you can't make it work, like if you can't get it to do what you want to do, what I say with this one is make it so that they get the cash briefcase, but they have to go to someone in the server. Like one of the admin could have a spot where they can go, maybe it's dirty money or something, and they have to go and trade it out. Something of that nature. Gold bars, change your name, vehicle pack, so this is, you know, you can do a combo kit here, and then an extra player. So some servers don't allow you just to have as many players as you want. They have to buy player slots. I think it's stupid. I think you should have no more than 2, max of 3. Some people have 4, but no more than, you know, 3 is good, just because you never know when one character is going to mess up. I think, you know, but nobody should have more than 1 cousin. You should like to have that extra one just in case one of the cousins messes up, something happens with it, and you have to do a swap. So, you know, you're in the game, you're waiting on them to log in and out, so that way you can give them all their stuff back. And then you'll have to go in and manually, usually sometimes, if it happens that bad, that character would have to be manually removed from the database. That extra slot allows for that. So this one makes absolutely no sense to me at all. But what I usually do is I'll create a super drug like Adderall or something, so that way they can move faster, and it makes their metabolism move a little quicker. And with GTA physics, what we call it, GTA physics would say if you're on speed, the little progress bars move faster, so you can do things you need to get done faster. So if you're creating guns, making drugs, whatever the case may be inside the game, your progress bar is going to move faster. So that's always a good idea of an item to put in here. These are just some examples of items you can make. Give money, items, you know, all these kinds of things. And then the bottom, unless you need to change something in the tables, you don't need to worry about it. And that's pretty much coding this one out. So all we're going to do is save it. Now again, the biggest thing you guys want to worry about here is the cars and the store. That's it. The rest of this stuff, unless you absolutely need to change something, don't. And like I said, I do absolutely not recommend using Tebix. To each their own. Alright, so what we're going to do is back up, and where we're going to stick it at, let's just stick it in with these, because it's not really anything, you know, like a job or anything like that, so it's more of an admin thing, so we'll put it in there. I'm filming this video today on the 4th of July, so if anybody's out there watching today, happy 4th to you. Again, guys, while we're waiting on all this, and let's get it while I'm restarting the server. If you haven't already done it, please, if you don't mind, like, comment. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. The like and the comment is the main thing that we like at the moment, because it is helping us push out our a server as much as possible. That's our main goal right now, just trying to get the game out kind of get the channel out there to some more people. So like and share is the biggest thing. Like and comment, excuse me. According to what we've gotten from YouTube right now, that's their big algorithm push, is the like and the comments. So if you guys don't mind, that's a free way to help grow the channel. You know, give a little back for me pissing off half the devs in the GTA 5M universe. All right, so we're down here now. All we need to do, pop this thing here. I am going to cancel my restart because I'm going to be restarting anyway, so, you know, it's not a big deal at the moment. Now, while it runs like this, you'll learn what's there and what isn't, so I always watch for weird stuff. It'll pop out at you. You didn't see a thing. You'll see it. It's just, it'll be weird stuff. And you'll be like, what is that? And you'll go back and look, and you'll figure out what to watch for. But, got her done. Let's go back to our main screen. Let's start up 5M. Again, guys, if you're interested in being part of the community or helping out with anything, we are looking for admins and things of that nature for the servers, all three. Also, we are looking for admins for the Discords for all 4 channels, and people to help out in the No Filter Nation as well as we continue to grow that. And we get that podcast and the channels up and running. So if you guys are interested in that, something you might want to get into, of course, jump into the Discords. They are all linked in our channel. Alright, so we're right back where we was at the end of our last video, because I really haven't done much since then. Alright, so what we're going to do is, you'll know this one because of the $sign. I recommend changing that if you don't like the looks of it, but it's right here. And again, the MLO is under the airstrip here. So keep that in mind if you use any type of script that changes the water patterns. Because I've got a script that floods some of this stuff for my zombie server, and if you put it on this one, it puts this underwater. So just something to keep in mind. Right, thanks to the power of flight, here we are. All you got to do to this thing is walk up to the door. Here it comes up to E. Give it a second to load. Now this is a really, really good MLO, and it's very, very, very usable if you want to be creative. So the first thing you're going to see as you come in the door is the bullseye in the middle of the floor, which is your cars. This is what I was talking about when you load your car in. It's going to come up with those information you put on there. The spawn code, of course, doesn't show, but the name is what shows on here. So where it says carbonizer, that's where it's on that. So basically, you just put in the 10 cars. That's where I was saying, if they look big, take 1 or 2 out. You know, depending on what type of cars you're loading for that week or 2 weeks or month, or how you decide to cycle it. You know, and then all you got to do is, let's just say this one. Walk up to it and hit G. And you can just come right out here. Take it for a spin. I like this car, the way they got it looked. Believe it or not, people underestimate these in-game cars, man. You put them in the right mechanic script, in the right tuning script, and they will surprise you. The little what is it? What is the one that I spawn all the time? the Asbo, man. It's a little like knockoff kind of Honda hatchback looking car. That car has got more extras than any freaking thing you'll ever see. But this one, I mean, like I said, you just normal test drive, and then when you're done, as always, get out. And it should. There we go. Alright, so that's how the cars work. And again, if you want to buy the vehicle, you can hit E, it says select car. For now, unless you decide to change it, your shop is over here by this computer. So you hit E, and these are your items that you have for available. And it does have your information on here, and it does block it out so the way you can't get, you can't get messed up. So if you ever need to know, if they're asking you what your 5M number is, so maybe they're trying to code something in for you, you come in here. These are all your information. So it's going to have your Rockstar license, your Xbox, your Live, which is your Microsoft Live, your Discord number, and your 5M number. So if you ever need it, there's another way to get it. But again, here is the shop. Now what you can do, and I'll go ahead and show you, I'll have to remember exactly where it is. It's in one of those folders. You can go in and you can change all this stuff, like this about. You can change all of this stuff to make it work for you guys. See, there's nothing on that. Refund policy, nothing on that. You can change all terms of service. There's nothing on that. How-tos, there's nothing on that. This is the stuff you can customize all these. You can put your about. You can put your your crew, whoever who is in your whoever who's helping you do the work, whoever who's in your development team. You put that in there. All your stuff for you guys. It's very, very interchangeable and pretty easy to do. We spent about 2 hours one day redoing one of these. But that's basically your shop on that one. What I was saying again, also, if you're creative, there's a lot you can do with this building. I mean, you have a spot right here where you could even put in a, I say you could put in, if you had another version of the recycling center. Maybe he's going to have one that only certain people can get to. So, because there's plenty of ways in here that you can make it to where you can only have certain people doing it. You have doors up there. All these doors work. So, there's two over there with a garage or a shop. There's a big one up there, a small one down there, and believe it or not, if you wanted to play smart about some stuff, see it looks like there's heat coming out of there, right? So what you could do is make this accessible. So if you needed admin stuff in here, like if you needed, you could put a locker in here somewhere or a safe to where maybe put it right in the middle of the floor so someone could catch it from the outside. But you could hide guns or something that you could give people. So if you didn't want all your admins to be able to spawn guns for people, you could put them in here. See, they can't get out unless they can no-clip. But yeah, this is a pretty usable space. I mean, you got the catwalks up top, you got all those buildings over here. There's plenty of places to put stuff. So I mean, this could be easily be a workshop for someone. Easily, or even just to be able to come in here and have certain stuff. It's all about your imagination. I wish these doors closed on these two, but but those doors up there do close. Like I said, this is very, very interchangeable out, making stuff be what you want it to be. And this space in here is huge. Alright, so there is basically the gist of that part as far as using it. To use your coin, I guess we could do that really quick too. So you do give, add, that's what it is, add balance, see? And then it tells you what to do. So player ID, I'm number 1. And then I'm going to give myself 20 coins. Bam. Okay. I think you can check balance. If I'm mistaken, check. Is it balance? Used to be able to. You can't. Okay. Okay. So all you gotta do is go back in here. It'll tell you when you go over here. So you go over here. Should see, it still says I have none, which is not good. Okay. See if we got any errors. See anything else? Let's see. Maybe player ID is 1. Let's just do this. I'm looking for errors. Okay. This is it. Backspace system. Let's see. App Store. Where's the garage? That's it. May have to actually code myself into the script. See if I got that add. Okay. Let's try this again. Not seeing any errors. Let's check. Tornado shop. That way. Alright, let's try this. Here. Oh, maybe that's what I need to do. Let's try that. That might be what it is. Missions. Alright, let's try it. Now, okay. That's what it was. Okay. Yeah, you can either code yourself into the script, which I don't recommend, ever, coding anybody into your scripting. Because it will, makes it easy for them to do it. So the way I've got it, unless you want to go in here, this. Unless you guys want to go in here, and I don't even have the option. It doesn't. The way we normally set them up is people have to be admins. I believe I know what the problem is. So you either have to just set yourself as admin, especially if you're the owner, or, which I think is the problem here. Yeah, right here. This is the issue. Right here. My permissions aren't right. So what I have to do is I'll steal my info from another one and add it in here. So what you do is you put add principal space identifier 5M, which is your 5M number. But if you need to, you can go into, if you don't know how to get it, it's in Discord, or you can get it from TXadmin. I don't want to show anybody, especially mine, but you can go in here. There it is. Just copy it, and then what you do is you do this identifier dot 5M with the colon and the number. So it'll be colon 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever your number is. And then add group.admin, and then what I usually do after that is I'll do something like this, and then I'll put my name. That way I know who it is, because you'll have more of those. You'll have all of your admins have to be in here, and there's admin group, there's God. Here they are. You've got mod, admin, and God. It's got admin twice because one of them was God, I guess. Let's see. Yeah. But yeah, you don't want to ever use that one. I used admin, which is this one, group.admin, and then I use mod. They all have different things. Mod just isn't as good as an admin. They can't do as much. But yeah, you have to code your group in here. That's what didn't happen on this one for some reason. Normally it does. But yeah, so that's how you do it. Or like I said, for you, you'd have to do it. If you don't want to have to do all this every time. For any of your other admins, you'll have to physically code them in here. If not, they'll not be able to use it. I can use it because I'm the owner and it's hard coded into the system. But yeah, anybody that you want to be an admin, if you haven't already figured it out how to do it, that's how you do it. You do identifier.5M colon and then their number and then space group.admin. And that's for everybody that's an admin. We're not going to save that because I don't want to put my information out there. But yeah, so that's why we had that problem. Okay. So let's just go back over here. Let's find a car. Let's just do this one. Alright, and all you gotta do is hit E, and it's gonna say at the bottom over there on that menu, it's gonna say press E again to purchase. Just so you make sure you really want to do this. And here we are. Should be a garage over here. It's over there. Oh, that must be the airplane garage. And now it's stuck. Ah. Oh, it's the impound. No, let's do that. Okay. So that's basically setting that up. If you guys have any questions, drop a comment. Again, make sure you're coding in your admins. I have a lot of my scripts set up, especially if you ever have one that you have to code their information in for the admin into the script, I always say leave that out, mainly because it makes them have to think about doing something. So if they want to do a DV to delete vehicles, which is, what's this, T/delete vehicles. And if you've been in any server, you know how that works, right? So I'll do that. There they go. If that was anybody but me, they would have to actually make themselves an admin, even if they were an admin, because I didn't code them in. I'm hard coded into the script, and it wouldn't work. And then they would have to do admin. Yeah, that takes care of this one. Again, you know, if you guys have any questions, feel free to get with me. I tell you what we're going to do really quick before we drop out of here. I want to show you guys the script where you can get it at. So CD donor shop. Okay, I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. The donator shop. So we need to go to where's the thing? Here it is. Just go to their thing. Why is it not? What? Okay. Codesign's not showing up. There it is. Okay. Alright. Codesign, resources. Let's see if we can find it. Let's see. See it in there. Dispatch, garage. Maybe they don't have it anymore? I don't know. Let's see. Let's do CD donate shop. Okay. Maybe they changed the name of it. That's VIP shop. Maybe they changed the name of it. What was this? This was 2021. So what they do in 2024? You can get it from here directly, so I'll just link it here. This is where you can get it from. There it is, the euros. Okay, so I'll link it to here. That way you guys can find it. Alright, so that pretty much sums it up for this video. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment. Make sure you are liking the videos as much as possible to help push this videos out to as many people as we can. And again, we'll be back again pretty soon, probably today, with another couple of videos. We'll try to do this as quickly as possible. I've got a few days here that I'm not going to be doing a lot, so we're going to try and get this done. And again, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Get in the Discords. You know, we got ticket systems in there. Get with me or the admins. We'll try to work something out with you as best as we can to help you out. And if there's any scripts you want us to work on or showcase, let us know, especially if it may be one that I don't have. I'd love to take a look at it. And again, guys, we thank you for hanging out with us, and we'll see you in the next video.